Yo, everybody. Let me just make sure I got all my stuff set up here. Okay. How's everyone doing today? Hey guys, my name is Ori. I'm the lead A&R for Instinct, which is the side of Monster Cat that focuses more on the kind of melodic singer-songwriter type of tracks. I've been with the company for like over 6 years, 6.5 years. They're finally letting me come out and go on the live stream and show my face a little. But I'm gonna be spending the next hour with you guys, talking about all things Instinct, answering your guys' questions. Really just celebrating the launch of Instinct 5. It's live now on all DSPs, all stores. So whether you're a Spotify fan or Apple Music, or you download songs old school on Beatport, or maybe you're a Monster Cat Gold fan, the compilation is live now, and so we're gonna be celebrating, sharing some insight into our merch line that just launched. I'll be talking to some artists and just hanging out with you guys for the next 60 minutes. Can everyone hear me all right? Is the music too loud? Let's maybe do like a diagnostics check before we jump into everything. Great beard. Thanks, Dan. I'm no John, I'm no going quantum in the beard game, but I try. I have a lot to live up to. Being told the music can go up a little or down, or do you guys want to hear me talk, or do you just want to listen to Monster Cat tunes all day? I can like sit here, arms folded, bob my head, a little Tony Romero. Cool, awesome. This is a little different from most of the MCTV streams that we've been doing, which have been insights into the artists and what they're doing, or live performances, stuff like that, talking about albums. I'm very fortunate to be able to work on the other side of things, the side that you guys maybe don't see as often. We spend our days working with the artists on the music team. We get very hands-on with their projects, a lot in the A&Ring side, feedback, stuff like that. Beyond that, I focus a lot on like campaign marketing and making sure that we can extract whatever it is that our artists are trying to do or trying to achieve, and get this awesome team that we have at Monster Cat. We're pretty close to like 50 people, which most people wouldn't think. It's a lot for a record label. And so, a lot of my focus is kind of making sure that the artists that we're working with get the best treatment, the best campaigns, and that at the end of the day, you guys, the fans, get to experience this awesome music from some of the best artists in the world, in my opinion. I'll try not to ramble for too long and start kind of reading the chat with you guys and having a bit of a conversation. But, for me in particular, Instinct has been like a really special project that I've been involved in for 2 years now. When I started, the music team was like just John. And so, he was selecting all the music, he was running all the campaigns, and I kind of came on and started to support him. And that's how we built the music team, which is now 5 or 6 of us. And so, being able to work on Instinct as kind of my project, my baby, has been awesome. I think we've brought on some amazing artists. We've given a better home, a more coherent home for some of our artists who maybe didn't fit alongside the Uncaged roster. And it's really cool seeing Monster Cat kind of grow and evolve into this new sound that 4 or 5 years ago we were putting out Instinct type music, but no one really knew Monster Cat as the brand or the home for that kind of sound. So I've been able to kind of just get my hands all over this sort of style and really push a new identity for the Monster Cat brand in maybe more pop leading music or more instrument based music. We have some amazing artists, and we get to kind of showcase them, I think, a bit more in Instinct. Cool. I'm gonna just kind of dive into the chat. I got Twitch chat here. I also have YouTube chat somewhere. I got YouTube chat right here. So guys, throw any questions you have for me. We can chat about this Instinct 5 launch, chat about anything Monster Cat related. I have a lot of knowledge about Monster Cat, so let me know what your deepest, darkest questions are, and we'll try and get them answered. And after that, we can look at some merch and talk to some artists. All right, what do we got here? I'm looking at the wrong camera. I know I'm looking at the wrong camera, but I feel weird like looking into this camera. Is that a thing? Like I feel like streamers look off, maybe in my profile. Do you guys have a preference as to which camera I look at? Either way. What's the biggest Instinct release on Monster Cat from THNDR Music? Thunder Music? Is that Thunder Music? Okay. What's the biggest Instinct release on Monster Cat? That's a tough one. There have been some amazing Instinct releases. I would actually argue that some of the biggest releases on Monster Cat I would lump into Instinct. Crab Rave, like huge Instinct track. Shout out to Noise Storm. That was just like the best song, best video, best everything, best idea I've seen working here. Alone is a huge Instinct track. Marshmello's, massive, the top global artist. So being able to work on that record personally, that was, I think, one of those things that I'll remember for the rest of my life, being involved in that project. And then, you have some amazing records from guys like Vice Tone, Nevada is a huge song, Something Strange, a lot of these big Instinct records. I see a message here from, I'm not even going to try and read you guys' names. I'm sorry if I butcher them. That's my bad. X Sono Neptune? Sure. What will MCS 1000 be? It's coming up real quick, eh? I don't have it in front of me. MCS 1000 will be just as amazing and wonderful and spectacular as MCS 999 and MCS 1001. So I'll leave it at that. Why is Lost Metropolis playing right now? Great song from Muzz, but this is not on Instinct. Let's play some Cloud9 Direct. Oh, it's on shuffle. That's why. Of course. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Back to it, guys. Do you work with some of music videos from one Andrew? Yeah, I think in terms of our involvement in a lot of the creative beyond the music, we're very hands-on with artwork and helping artists with ideas. And I get roped into a lot of music video projects, although I don't always want to. I will take a lot of ownership over the Slushy Dreaming of You and Far Away videos. That was like my baby. I worked really closely with Julian on that one and really closely with the team. I'm really proud of that video. So yeah, we definitely get to work with music videos and on those kinds of projects. Did Breakin' or Tristam release? I don't know. You tell me. What artist blows you away every time? We'll hopefully get to talk to him in a little bit, but man, every time I get a demo from Conroe, it's just like, he and I have a really close relationship. I've been really involved in that project from day one, and so, I think just seeing how he's progressed from being this like really talented, producer, kind of a little bit behind the scenes, working with vocalists, putting these like awesome future-based kind of songs together. I don't even think he really knew what future bass was at the time. He was just making music. And seeing where he's at right now, I think he's got this track called Therapy coming out. And like, if you followed him from On My Way Up to Therapy, seeing that progression of an artist, it just makes me really proud. So every time he sends something over, I'm like, everything stop, put headphones in, and like hear what Conroe's got, because it's going to be amazing. I hold the power of the sword. Ford Excalibur. That, I don't understand that. I love you, Dylan, though. You're the man. If Instinct went to Hogwarts, what house would it be sorted into? Can we maybe like throw that in the chat? I'm curious what you guys would, what you would guess Instinct would be if it were a Hogwarts house. I'll give you guys a second to catch that while I drink some water. All right, I'm seeing a lot of Hufflepuff, and I'm kind of offended. No offense to Hufflepuffs. It's Ravenclaw. It's obviously Ravenclaw. Maybe that's because that's my house. I don't know. But Ravenclaw all the way, for sure. Okay, I've been neglecting the the YouTube chat, so let's jump in here and see what our friends over at YouTube are saying. They're also saying Hufflepuff. I get it. Hufflepuffs are like artsy and like creative and stuff. Instinct is very creative, very artsy, but it's also very cool. And Ravenclaws are super cool. Ori, can you host a concert for people in quarantine? If they'll let me back on after this, I'd love to DJ for you guys at some point. Some of you might not know, but I mean, long before Monstercat, that's kind of how I got into music, was DJing and you know, trying to play whatever kind of crappy show I could get into. My passion for music really comes from like finding cool stuff and sharing it with people. And I have been like so fortunate, you know, during my career at Monstercat to have been able to play some like really kick-ass awesome shows. You know, I think being able to go to Amsterdam or, you know, I played EDC twice, like that's really cool. And so, you know, I've been able to do a lot of stuff like that and really just, you know, Compound, a bunch of stuff like that. So I've been able to kind of take my personal passion of DJing and do that more often. And we actually launched this thing. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it at any of our shows, but we do this like Ori and Friends kind of thing, which started as a joke, and they like put, you know, my face in the like Friends logo, like the TV show. But we do this thing called Ori and Friends, where basically I do DJ lessons with different people at the company, and then we go and play, you know, the opening set at Compound, or we'll play the opening set at EDC and stuff like that. So, you know, I kind of found it like DJing super easy. I could teach any of you guys to DJ in 30 minutes, an hour. Like it's super easy, but you know, having people at this company where a record label understand like the fundamentals of DJing and actually going on and like doing a performance, yeah, I think that's like such an important thing for people to know and understand. It's such an easy skill. It's like riding a bike. If you learn how to do it once, you can just always do it. So, yeah, I'd love to DJ for you guys one day and maybe invite, you know, some of the staff out as well once we're allowed to be in the same rooms as one another, which is hopefully very soon. Who's behind all the album mixes for Instinct? Awesome dude named Josh. We work with him really closely. I know in particular for this one. In the past, you know, Dan has been the man behind that. So shout out Bad Kitty, and then also Tyler has been a part of the team as well. So it's been a couple different people over the years, but Josh is the one who did the newest one, Instinct 5 mix. Should be going up on YouTube very shortly, maybe after this stream. And yeah, really good mix. Really excited about how that turned out. And the album in general is awesome. So if you haven't gone and listened to Instinct 5, you know, we're all quarantined right now, where we're all trying to stay inside and stay safe. So throwing that Instinct album mix on, you know, while the sun's out is a perfect thing to do to pass your time. Okay, I see Sabai Turtles in the YouTube chat. Sorry, Twitch chat, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'll be right back in a sec. Shout out Sabai. Gee, so much love for you, dude. So much new music on the way too, so keep an eye out for more Sabai. All right, we're gonna jump into some merch stuff. So I want to show you guys the Instinct 5 lineup, just launched today. You can buy it at the Monstercat shop. Some really awesome items. I'm not the most, you know, fashionably creative. I handle the music stuff, but it's been amazing working with the design team and the merch team and the marketing team to put together these like awesome lines. So I want to show you guys a couple products. Conroe will be hopping in a little bit, but for now, let's talk merch. First of all, can we get like a roll call in the chat? Like, who has looked at the new merch? Who's maybe bought something recently? Can we get some like breakdown of what you guys have bought? Cool. Yes, this is Butterfly Effect playing. And hi, Lixie. How you doing? Oh, and I see Katie in here too. We're gonna get Katie to pick out some merch too in a little bit when she joins us. But can you guys hear me all good? All cool? Sweet. So yeah, I want to run you guys through some of these like awesome products. Like I said, I did not design them. I just kind of voiced my little opinion, and usually they don't listen to it because it's not that good when it comes to merch. But we have this like really awesome hoodie. You know, if green is your color, this is definitely something for you. really awesome to see how they've been able to kind of showcase the Instinct 5 sort of symbols and iconography. We have a brilliant designer, Erica, who kind of takes the lead on the Instinct side. So this is one of her designs. Has some really cool text in the background. I'm trying not to let the microphone get in the way here, but some really cool text in the background. Oh, it's weird that I'm looking at this inverted. Anyways, check this out. Yeah, I'm really impressed with how our merch has improved over the years. I remember like multicolored t-shirts, genre t-shirts, which were great, no shade on those, but yeah, these this new merch line and the new sort of icon line and all this stuff like that, like really impressed. So if you don't have this already, you need this in your wardrobe. This is a personal favorite of mine. If I was gonna wear something, it would be this, but it didn't really look that good with the other outfit that I was wearing, so I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing my icon shirt. But yeah, this is your long sleeve dope Monster Cat Instinct 5. Got some more like wicked symbols and stuff, and I don't know if that's even visible, but we tried fish. Fish was a new one, Instinct 5. It's got a bit of an aquatic theme, situated in the desert oasis. So that's yeah, that's the long sleeve. What else we got here? Is there any items in particular you guys want me to like do a deep dive into? Do you have any burning questions about the women's cropped long sleeve or the men's crew neck? Try on the shorts. No, Daniel Keane, I will not try on the shorts, because these are awesome women's Instinct shorts. There, that's it. Yeah, I think that part of what we've been really trying to do is make sure that all of our fans have merch that they can buy. We were a little male heavy in the merch department for a while, and shout out to all the the women out there who still supported and bought a Monster Cat merch. But I think that we've been able to kind of step things up and offer stuff for everyone. So I know Sasha owns at least 2 pairs of these, one in each color, but I won't be trying them on for you because I don't want to get kicked off of Twitch. So, yes. One more thing I'm really excited about, so excited that I put it on a hanger, is the Instinct 5 pin. We'll stop that so you guys can see it, maybe. Anyways, I love our pins. Our pins are awesome, and I've been seeing, I've actually been really involved in the kind of evolution of the pin culture at Monster Cat. We've been pushing it really hard, and I love the sort of fandom that's been created, not just around our merch, but around our pins. It's interesting seeing like fans come out and at Compound, people with like every pin on their shirt or on their hat or something, and you always meet that one guy or girl who is missing that elusive shiny ice cream pin from the second run of the food pins and stuff, and being able to kind of dig in our backstock and find that one pin for them is always really exciting. And yeah, it's interesting seeing these little kind of like subsects and cultures within the community that pop up over things like merch. That's awesome. What else we got here? Oh, obviously, guys, the like iconic album tee. These used to be just very much like throw the artwork on a t-shirt, and everyone ate them up. And now we're kind of stepping it up a little, adding a bit more of like a design flair. It's not just like a band tee. I think it's something that's really cool, and it kind of lets the artwork shine in a way that, it's maybe not necessarily as in your face or as big and loud as it is, on the compilation art. So we're able to kind of adjust some of the styles and, let fans kind of celebrate and show their love for Instinct 5, their love for Monster Cat in a way that's like fashion forward and not just like slapping a square on a shirt and calling it a day. The font is 10 out of 10. I would agree. Definitely 10 out of 10 on the font. The merch is tempting, but I may wait for Black Friday. Jay Scene. You can do that if you'd like, but Instinct merch sells like that, and it's pretty limited. We don't make too much of it. So, I mean, at your own risk if you want to wait till Black Friday, but I think these are going to go pretty quick.
Hello?
Is that a Conroe I hear?
I think so.
Hello, Conroe. Let's see if we can get Conroe in here. Chrome. No, that was not Conroe. That's Conroe. That's Conroe. What's up, dude? Can you guys all hear Conroe all right?
Yo!
How's it going, buddy?
Dude, it's going great.
Awesome.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. We're mid Instinct launch and all the craziness that comes with that. But yeah, dude, things are going really well. How are you guys holding up? Everyone staying safe, staying happy, staying motivated?
Doing the best we can. Staying in your slippers.
Oh, dude. Comfort is key in your Instinct 5 clothing. In the mint hoodie that is almost sold out now. Oh, dude, I dig it. I, too, have... I've got to navigate this thing. I, too, have my Icon shirt on. Cool. Dude, well, I'm glad that you could join us. I'm sure people have, like, so many more questions for you than they have for me. I'm not nearly as prolific as you are. But, dude, yeah, I really appreciate you joining us. More so, I appreciate your musical contributions to Instinct 5. Dude, I mean, Fighters is, like... primo, it's mint, and we're really excited for the new music that's coming out. Without Your Love is one of my favorite tracks right now, and I've heard this whole album, so I have a lot to reference to. But yeah, dude, the stuff you've been putting out, man, is like fire.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's obviously been a long time coming, as you know. So I'm just excited that we're starting to roll these ones out. So
Hell yeah, man.
especially in the time that we're at right now, it's fun to get a little sunshine with these releases.
Exactly. Well, dude, we were talking a little bit about inadvertently Fighters being a very like anthemic song for the sort of what's going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
We didn't plan it. We were always going to put out Fighters, and I wish that it didn't end up that way, but this is a situation we're in, and so looking to songs like that in times like this is important. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, obviously the song wasn't written for this specific situation, but I mean, it was kind of cool. Like, I texted you one night being like, I was listening to Fighters and I was like, oh my word, this implies, into the situation that we're in right now. So it was cool. And obviously the song was more so relationship and, struggling and going through a hard time. And so it was, obviously the situation is what it is, but it was cool that the song kind of implies to where we are now.
Awesome. Yeah, dude. I think we do a lot of late night texting and chatting and stuff. And so, yeah, man, I think a lot of what's going on right now is just like, looking at the situation that we have and pivoting and making sure that we're able to obviously still support your music, and more importantly, like, let this music kind of support other people who are going through other stuff. Because I think in particular with you, man, like, your music has always been very positive, very uplifting. There's a lot of like good messages that I know come from a lot of personal stories and experiences. So passing that on, man, paying it forward to your fans, to the community, I think is incredibly important right now. I've also been asked for you to speak closer to your microphone, so that everyone can hear you. So annoy the neighbors. Maybe not that
Hello?
close.
Are you there? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, cool, dude. I mean, I don't know if you would like to, but do you want to show anyone a little bit of this video? Are we allowed to do that? Is that going to happen? Okay. Give me like 2 seconds here to try and remember how I even do this. We have a world premiere. I never get to do this. We have a world premiere of Conroe's The Small Things video.
Next release, April 17th.
Coming up real quick. And you guys can see my screen. Awesome, cool. And I gotta mute this. I love the little Bentley, your dog sitting on the bed there. That was a nice touch. Okay. And that's all you guys get.
Ooh, sneak peek.
Sneak peek until the 17th. So it's not that far away.
No.
But yeah, Conroe, The Small Things. What do you guys think about that one? I'm being told it maybe could have been a little louder, but that's not on you, Connor. That's on me. But yeah, dude, I'm really excited for this one. I'm really excited for the album. And I'm really excited to have you a part of Instinct 5. Dude, it's always a pleasure working with you. And I know that there's plenty to come.
Oh yeah, lots more to go.
Awesome, dude. Cool. Anything else you'd like to chat to people about? Do you guys have any questions for Conroe? Now's a good time. We got a couple more minutes with him. I know Lixie, I know you need more Conroe. We'll try and get it to you. Any questions for Conroe? Twitch chat. If you don't have anything, I'm moving over to YouTube. Going once, going twice. Conroe, how long is the album? Coming from J Scene.
I don't know. I haven't actually put the tracks together. I would assume it's around 45 minutes.
Okay. We got 12 songs on there. That 12, I know.
12 songs. So I think it's around like that 45 mark. I think. I haven't put them together. But yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
I think ish.
It just flows so smoothly though. Okay, I'm gonna get off of this video so we can just look at us. Cool. Anything else for Conroe? What is your favorite part of making music? Coming from Shiny59.
Shiny59. Well, my most favorite part about making music is when I get lost. It's like therapy. It's for me. I just get lost. I don't think about any issues. I don't like. For me, it's just my time by myself, and my brain goes somewhere else. And my favorite is just writing music, and I'm like, oh my word! There's been like 5 hours, or 6 hours, or 8 hours, or 10 hours that's passed. And there'll be days in the studio where I'm working, and then like I'll start at 8 or 9 and in the morning, and then next thing you know, I don't even realize, but it's dark outside, and I'm like, oh, I love it. I haven't eaten anything. All I've had is coffee and water all day.
I feel like that's like the producer life, you know?
Yeah, that's my favorite. My favorite. I just get lost, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I gotta call my mom back.
You know, we've all been joking that like artists have been trained for a quarantine situation. You know, you close the door, you know, and you survive, you persevere. But no, dude. I mean, I hope your family, everyone's doing well. I have a special request from one Tabitha to bring Bentley into the room. Your dog. Everyone wants to see Bentley, who is featured. Oh, Katie. Hello.
Hi, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I want you to interrupt. Hey, everybody, say hello to Katie.
Hi.
Katie, you're sideways. I don't know why. We have Bentley here, Conroe's dog. Have you
closely on the next release? Bentley's on the bed, so you can pay attention to that, or on the artwork, anyways.
Awesome. Conroe, while you were gone, Katie just joined us for my next guest here. Hello, Katie. Awesome. Connor, dude, thank you so much for joining us here on the Instinct 5 live stream. We're going to send you on your way. We forgot to because we were talking about so many interesting things. I will send you a parting gift of a nice piece of Instinct merch. I'll let you pick. We'll talk about it later. But thanks for joining us, dude. Say bye to all the people on stream. And yeah, dude, we'll talk to you later.
Thanks for listening. Love you guys. Love you all so much. Bentley says I love you too.
Awesome. Bye.
Yeah.
Katie.
Hello, can everybody hear me? I was just watching and Conroe was quite quiet, so now I'm really conscious that I should speak like this. Does that help?
I think Conroe might be just a little like quieter in general. I'm sure you're coming out loud and clear. Can everyone hear Katie? Can we get like some random emoji in chat if you can all hear Katie?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Everyone's still just saying bye, Conroe. I guess this is a little delayed.
I'm sure it's
Bye,
fine.
Katie. No, Katie's here to stay, not bye, Katie, guys. Come on.
No.
Awesome. Well, yeah, let's we'll chat and then we'll let you know if you need to be louder. Oh, I'm getting a missed
cool.
call. Do you guys want to listen to a telemarketing call from somebody trying to sell me something? No, we'll save that for later.
Timing.
I know, right?
That is absolutely terrible timing.
Cool. Awesome. Well, how are you doing? I know it's been a whirlwind of a few months for you. The album is out. The people love it. We love it. And, we're so happy that you chose us to work with on this huge milestone and that we could, do all this awesome stuff. But yeah,
so
tell us,
happy.
how are you doing?
We are so pleased with the response. Like, me and Max, we're so, like, people use the word overwhelmed, but we have been really overwhelmed, like genuinely been taken aback by the comments from everybody. And obviously it's such a scary time to release music for everybody because of all the shows and everything that you were expecting to do to promote new music. No one can do right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of panic that you've got this 2-year body of work that you're about to put out to people and it's just going to fall by the wayside because you can't go out and play a load of shows to promote it. But the online response has been insane, and it's almost like people are really leaning on music a lot more now because of everything that's going on.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's a difficult time, not just to release music. It's a difficult time to do anything. But you know what? Like right now is when people I think need music the most. And I think that it's an album like this, the kind of message that you, not even for this album, that you've always put into your music, I think is incredibly like positive. It's incredibly like human. That's what we love about you. And yeah, I think it's something that people really need. So, guys, if you haven't gone and checked out the Butterfly Effect album, like you have to do it. It's absolutely amazing. And
thank you so much.
Of course.
I really appreciate it. Like it has been nice to get so many messages from people saying that it is helping them, and I think music is helping everybody at the moment. But it's weird because you want people to connect to the songs you write and the songs you make, and you hope that it connects in the way that you wanted it to, in the way that you created it to. And when it does, like, it's such a good feeling. Like, you just, there's no other feeling like it. Like, the amount of people that message us just to say, this song helped me because of this, like, lyrically, or this song just makes me feel alive. Like, and it's just such a great gift. Like, I feel so honoured to be able to have that impact on people. Like, it's an amazing feeling. It really is.
Definitely. I think that, the album's out, but there's still so much that's going to happen. I know all the shows are going to ramp up again soon, and people can go out and see Katie. If you haven't seen Katie live, like, a bucket list, set or performance to check out for sure. There might be some remixes coming. There might be some VIPs. We don't want to get too into detail, but just because this body work is out right now, definitely don't think that that's it for Coven for this year. I know Max and Katie are hard at work. I'm making sure of it.
You know what? It's weird. Like, I think as well, because of all the shows being cancelled, this is where we thought we'd have a bit of downtime from writing and recording, but because we've got nothing else to do, we're straight back on writing more stuff.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of positive in that way. You've just got to throw your productivity into the other side of it.
Definitely. So album part 2 at the end of the year is what you're saying.
Yes.
Take all those demos that didn't quite make it in. We got a couple more minutes. I wanted to chat with you about one song in particular because I've been talking to you guys a bit about it. It's super important for me, and that's because of how important it is for you. And I know that you have one song in particular on the album that is both your and Max's favorites, and I wanted you to maybe chat a little bit about that one more.
Okay, so are you talking about... Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking...
My favourite quite a lot.
Isn't it Waiting?
No, right. So Missing is the one...
Or sorry, Missing, not Waiting. Sorry,
yeah,
Missing.
Yeah.
Right. Good job, A&R.
No,
Fuck that one up.
It is, it is, like, that's still Max's favourite. My favourite changes every day.
So you're indecisive?
Yeah, pretty much. Depends which one I've overplayed. I'm like, I'm more of this now. Not that I sit there listening to myself all the time. But yeah, Missing is like a really, really special track to us. There's a few other tracks on the album that I really like. Worlds Collide has become more poignant now with everything that's going on.
Absolutely.
Stars is lyrically the one that I'm closest to most, and that's like one that I wrote when I was quite, not sad, but like a bit overthinking and just like panicking a lot about my life choices and whether or not I was keeping up with everybody else. And you know, you're constantly looking on social media to see what everybody else is doing, and feel like you're on this like social clock where you were supposed to hit these points in your life at a certain age. And it was really, really getting to me, like that I wasn't achieving enough by certain points in my life, and that's what that song is about. So that's quite a special one, and a lot of people have been connecting with that one. But yeah, there's a few on there. Like, it's been so nice to actually really write from the heart and get those emotions and feelings out to people, and for people to come back and be like, yes, I feel it, connected with it.
Well, and it really shows when you listen to the album. Personally, for me, Yes is like the jam. That for me is like, oh, it's just so good. And it's not something we would really expect from you guys, you know, in like a house kind of tune. But it just works so perfectly. Yeah. So if you and Max want to start a little, you know, house music side project, none of us would really be upset with that.
Do you know what? We've always been so lucky to switch genres and for people to not hate us for it. Like, you see that with a lot of other artists. If they kind of go out of their lane a little bit, people don't always respond to it. But we've been quite lucky that we can do drum and bass, dubstep, house, electro, and people are like, yep. So we're like, brilliant. And then doing an album, you just go, I'm gonna make whatever I want. So we've got like acoustic-y stuff on there as well, which is going down really well. So
definitely,
it's so nice to have that creative freedom.
Definitely. Yeah, and I think, you know, kudos to you guys, the Monster Cat community and our fan base. Like, if I were to ask everyone to type your favorite genre in the chat right now, like, you'd have every genre under the sun really being listed. And I think with most other labels that are very genre-centric, their fan base is expecting one thing. And so we've been so fortunate that our fans and our communities, like, are so accepting, where you have artists like yourselves who can put out whatever you want, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Me and Max, we always talk about how lovely the Monster Cat listeners are. We see the response from it, and joining Monster Cat has been such a good, massive career move for us, but also personally, it's been incredible for us as well. Hello!
Hey!
Joining the stream. Hi!
Is that Joel? I see.
Hi.
Awesome.
How's it going?
What's up, dude?
Welcome.
How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Sorry, Dan is currently hijacking my desktop here, and so I can't see your face yet, but I'm sure it looks lovely. We're raising some volumes so everybody can hear your lovely voices. Katie, before you leave, and maybe we can do this together, like a little like shopping experience together, but I want to send you guys some of the Instinct 5 merch that just launched today. So I'm going to pull...
I'm wearing this. I've got my iconic
nice.
one on, yeah.
Joel, where's your Monster Cat merch?
I left it in the back. Oh,
Get out! Get out!
I've got a chain somewhere.
We'll do that off stream. We don't want to get kicked off here. Cool. I'm gonna show you guys just some items, like rapid fire. Let me know what you like. I'll do my best job to like sell you on them, and and hopefully I get a commission. So here we go. Awesome. Cool. So first up. A very limited run left. These are selling real quick. I'm gonna bring this. That doesn't work. Maybe that's better. Okay. We have this awesome Instinct 5 mint hoodie. A nice little text thing in the back there.
The mint is nice. I do like the mint.
Very important is the lovely cat. We've been testing out different cats.
Gorgeous.
This one has a aquatic tail, a la Vaporeon. So that's one of them.
I'm getting it.
You're really selling it.
I know. Well, I mean, my well-being is dependent on it.
I'm getting
long
it.
sleeve,
I know.
awesome, fashionable, but also comfy for those quarantined inside days. Some more of our aquatic cat, some fish, and a really nice blue. Joel, I think your eyes would really pop in
Oh,
this
thanks.
blue. Yes. Just to jump over, we have a his and hers Instinct 5T.
Oh, cute.
Good for
Where's
yourselves,
the
good for
shorts?
those significant others. I know both of you recently just got married? Not together.
Yes.
Not together.
Oh.
But you both married separate people.
We married other people.
Not, oh wow, that would be some like crazy Monster Cat scandal.
Oh, wow.
Gossip.
Congratulations. I didn't realize that.
And you too. Congrats.
Awesome. We have this women's crop long sleeve shirt. Is it cropped?
Very nice.
Maybe it's not
Very
cropped.
nice.
It would be cropped on me. Maybe not on you, Katie. But yeah, kind of like to mirror the men's shirt. We got that. Joel, this next item is definitely for you, dude. The short shorts, the gym shorts.
Wow.
For that
They
indoor
match
workout.
Dude, can you imagine me in those?
I would, yeah. Maybe on the next release art cover, we can get like a cheeky
Yes.
photo. And this could all be yours for a measly price. No, yeah, guys, we'd love to send you some stuff while it's still here. It's been selling like hotcakes. But yeah, what are your favorite items? Do you have one that jumps out at you?
I like them all, to be honest. I do like the green. The green's nice, but I also like the shorts because I don't really have any shorts. So
Well, I
I
mean,
feel like
you
they
can-
get used.
You can pair them together.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's the move right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'd go with the grey for sure. I think that's my.
You going grey?
That's my vibe.
Like
Not
this
bad,
gray?
yeah. I don't like to stick out.
I didn't show
That's
you
the
guys
thing.
that one.
Yeah. I just looked at the colours and I was like, grey,
Gray.
Right.
like my soul.
Blend into the background. Awesome. Cool. Well, Katie, thank you so much for joining us. We are eating into Joel's time, and I have a lot of interesting
Yeah.
stuff to show
No problem.
in terms of Rogue things. So thanks for joining. We all love you and hope that
Thank
you're staying
you.
safe. Send our love to Max and the rest of the team and your families and all that fun stuff. And looking forward to more COVID in 2020.
Thank you very much, Ori. Speak to you
Yeah,
soon.
see ya.
Bye.
Everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Joel. Does everyone here know Joel?
Is that what you did?
Rogue.
Everyone hit. Ori.
This is Rogue, the one and only, the infamous. I do. You're like, legendary status with Monster Cat at this point. What was your first release on the label? Just out of curiosity.
I did Pushed Away with Tristan. That was
Okay.
My first release.
Was that
and
on
then
one
my
of his
first solo?
EPs?
It was on his Smashing News.
Smashing
EP.
News. Yes.
And my first solo track was This Is It.
Okay.
Which
Classic.
is not very memorable yet.
Well, dude, I mean, you've done some incredibly memorable things since then. So don't knock yourself too much, dude. What,
Yeah.
I guess, do you have a favorite release? I know you've done so many different styles and things. Maybe in the chat, let me know, like, what are your guys' favorite Rogue releases? What have you guys enjoyed over the years? And then, Joel, I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are.
I really like Adventure Time as one of my favorite releases that I've ever
Okay.
done, because I just like the vibe of it. This sort of it's feel good. I mean, it sounds a bit dated now to me. I don't know. I have critical ears for my own music, but yeah, I love Adventure Time and Dreams and that whole era. Like the 2012, 2013 era.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I've got favorites from later on that the stuff I'm doing right now I love, and then the stuff. I delved into the whole trap thing for a while, and that was really fun.
I'm getting a lot of Rattlesnake in the chat.
Rattlesnake, it has been one of my most popular.
A lot of
it seems.
Rattlesnake love.
Yeah, I'm just
Awesome.
watching it. Yeah, I love it.
I'm gonna jump over to this YouTube. Oh no, I'm in YouTube chat. I'm gonna jump back into the Twitch chat and see what everyone's saying. But
Let's do it.
yeah, dude. I mean, I guess you are not on Instinct 5.
I'm not.
No.
I've been sort of concentrating on, I've been writing stuff and
So tell
sort
us,
of
man,
focusing on what I want to do.
where have you been? What have you been doing?
Well, I've been doing a lot of things to do with the future, writing different music and trying to figure out what, the direction forward, because I came to a place where I was kind of, I don't know, I got to a point where I was like not really having fun. And if you're not having fun, then there's no point.
Why are you doing it, right? Yeah.
And then obviously you gave me a call earlier this year and were like, hey, we really want to get behind what you're doing and stuff like that. And really from then I sort of come up with a vision of where I want to go. And I'm really excited because first track comes out Friday.
First track on Friday. There is a reason why I called Joel onto this chat here, and it's not just to shoot the shit. We have some new music to show you guys. Do you want to maybe lead this one up a little? I have some nice visuals to show you, but maybe tell us a little bit about Move Me. Some people I think might have heard it on Call the Wild last week.
Yeah.
But we're gonna show you a little bit more, hopefully.
Yeah, it started off as just like an intro track, and it sort of evolved into a full thing. And I really loved how melodic it was, and I felt like it was a really good way to start off this new season of Rogue. And with the whole different vibe, you'll see, I guess, if the artwork's there.
The artwork is here.
Yeah, so that you'll see the kind of vibe I'm going for, and it's really exciting in the future and the different things that are going to happen.
Awesome. Cool, dude. Well, that's a great sort of lead up. I'm going to pause this Bad Computer song, which is playing and is on Instinct 5, to listen to something coming off of Instinct 6, which I personally am really excited for. And let me just navigate around this so we can see stuff. And boom, boom, boom. All right, guys. This is Rogue, Move Me. I'm going to sit back and not talk over the music so you can actually hear things. Great song to hand sanitize to. Should we cut it? Should we let them hear more? Yeah. Gotta leave something for Friday, right? Ah! That got really loud there for a second. Cool. Awesome. Dude, what a wonderful track, man. I think that, like you mentioned, we were chatting at the beginning of the year. You sent over a bunch of music. This was one of many awesome songs. I'm really excited to kind of roll this out over the coming months, and it's not just one Rogue song this year. There will be more, and we're holding you to that. It's live now, so everybody knows. Dude, do you want to?
Not just me saying it on Twitter.
Yeah, do you want to maybe talk a bit more about not just the wonderful song, but like the visuals and some of the stuff that you've been doing in like game design and dreams and anything like that? I think people would be really interested to hear more about that.
Yeah, just before, I guess Grant's going to jump in a minute, but...
That's cool. I told him to wait.
Oh, really?
Or he can join. It's fine.
Stay back, Grant. Not your time. No, I've been... Yeah, just like the whole thing with the artwork, everyone was pointing that out. I mean, I feel like it's just really been, so far, something that I really haven't jumped into, but my little, like, Roman character, I really want to go somewhere with that and build a whole story around it and through the different artworks on my different tracks, like build a sort of narrative that people can like get involved in, and it's been really fun just like exploring that with the artists at Monster Cat and stuff like that. I actually made, you mentioned Dreams, like I got Dreams on PS4 recently, and I've just been learning how to make little gaming experiences, and I've actually made one that's live now for that track, Move Me. It's sort of just a celebration of that coming out this Friday, and yeah, so you can jump into that if you search Rogue Move Me on Dreams if you have it. Then you can.
I'm gonna go buy PlayStation and go buy Dreams the moment this stream is done.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna steal the
it's
one
a
from
little
the
bit
office.
rough, but I'm quite proud of it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I think,
really cool.
dude, part of the thing that's really inspiring for me to work on this project is that you're not just coming to us with a song and being like, hey, I have this track and here's my vision. Like, some of the illustration work that you're doing, the animation, the stuff that you're sending us. It's always such a pleasure from our side to work with artists who are creating the entire narrative. It allows our team to step in and really help and support and shape your idea instead of just throwing ideas at you and hoping that one of them aligns with this song. So, dude, you should be incredibly proud of yourself, not just for this song and the artwork and the vision for this, but all the stuff that you're doing. I've seen it, or at least part of it. And you guys should keep an eye out for it. Rogue 2020. It's gonna be a big one.
And just thanks to Monster Cat for jumping in and helping me realize something. Realize a vision that I've got a vision and I can't do it myself. So I've got a lot of help from you guys, and I really appreciate that. It's awesome.
Hell yeah, dude. Do you guys have any questions for Rogue? I know we don't get him on live stream too often, so ask them now.
I'm waiting.
What do you guys got?
Shout out to my wife, by the way. She's downstairs watching.
All right, Twitch chat. If you don't have anything, I'm jumping back over to YouTube.
How do you overcome creative blocks?
Obey227 says Rogue is cool. I agree.
Overcoming creative blocks. Well, I just sit there and have to push through it. That's basically it. You just sit there and you're like, oh, I've got nothing. I'll maybe watch interviews with artists that I really like. I watch a Skrillex video or something of him on tour, and I'm just like, oh, I need to make music, and then I jump in and I've got something. That's just the kind of thing that happens.
Nice.
So there's a good tip.
Awesome. What else? Yeah. What else we guys got here? Rogue, do you have an upcoming EP from Stupid Studio TM?
Oh no, that would be awesome if I had an upcoming EP. We were planning on it. I just need to come up with the tracks, yeah.
We'll have to wait and see, right? Do you guys want an upcoming EP? Is that what you're hinting at here? What do we got here? How did you first start producing?
I got Fruity Loops when I was younger, when I was in school actually, and a friend got it for me, and I just started messing around with it. I didn't actually realise that I was on a legit deep DAW, and yeah, I just sort of learned how to produce because it was so fun, and I wasn't aiming for anything. I was just sort of making music and having fun, listening to it on my own. I was like, maybe one day people will listen to my music.
And here we are. Flash forward, you're live streaming with lots of people around the world, and I
wish I could talk to my younger self.
And they all love you. What would you tell your younger self? Just out of curiosity.
I would say, dude, just keep going and don't get too caught up in all the politics of it. Just make the music that you want to make, have fun with it, and don't be afraid to upload stuff. Don't be afraid to create and share it.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's such a universal message, not just for your younger self. We can share that with everyone else too. But one of our biggest pieces of advice for artists is participate in the world that you want to be a part of. Don't just sit in your own little space until things are perfect. Put yourself out there, being engaged and being a part of a community, and sharing and getting feedback, and maybe getting hurt by some feedback sometimes. It's all part of the process, And so
sure.
You really got to be out there. It's kind of if you're not even gonna play the game, then why practice? So you got to do all this practice, but you also got to go out there and put stuff out there, be vulnerable, and make songs that suck, because your next song will be better, and the lessons that you learned from that song that did suck will teach you how to be better. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that applies for every artist. Cool, dude. I think Grant is gonna come join us soon. He's eager to jump in.
Yeah, I haven't met Grant before.
Really? Maybe if chat is loud enough, we can convince you guys to work on something together. That would be a cool song. I would love to see a Grant and Rogue collab. That would be awesome.
Heck yeah. No, I love his stuff.
Who would sing on it though?
We'd have to fight.
Just layer the vocals and
We could harmonize like we did. Yeah. That's what I did on that EP that I did with Tristan back at the start. We both sort of sang together.
awesome.
Then came out like that. Sounded good actually.
Actually, I didn't think about it, but between you, Conroe, Katie from Coven, and Grant, Instinct has records from all of you guys singing on it, which is like pretty awesome actually. I didn't do that on purpose, but I think that's such a testament to why Instinct is such a cool and unique aspect of Monster Cat. Like we really, I feel like, can give a home to our artists who want to show off that artistry a bit more, play those instruments, write those songs. It's something that's super special to me, so I'm glad that we have a home for you to do that.
Man, I love Instinct. I'm so glad that you guys did that, where you sort of separated into two. It's such a good idea. I love having all the melodic stuff in one boat, and then it's not that it blends as well. There's things that cross over both, but it gives people who are making lighter stuff more of an opportunity to.
Yeah, it's a home for creatives regardless of which side of the spectrum you sit on, which is fantastic. Amazing. Cool. Grant will be on any second. The people want a Grant and Rogue melodic trap banger. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, we gotta get you guys in a room together to work on music, of course, not just to play video games and hang out. But I think that would be a really special thing to go. Grant, are you on? Can you hear us? Are you here? Yo.
Hey.
What's up?
Yo. Sorry, I'm a boomer. I can't figure this stuff out.
A boomer? You're I don't want to say you're 16 years old. You're 22? You're 22 years old?
Yeah. Yes, sir. What's up?
How's it going, man? Have you guys, so I guess you've never formally met each other, but Grant, this is Joel Rogue.
Okay, Joel.
Joel, this is Grant, also known as Grant.
What's going on?
Love your music.
Thanks, dude. I love your music. I listened to your music before I ever signed to Monster Cat, so that's actually insane.
Ooh, that's so weird.
Really one of the OGs. Also, so I brought my bearded dragon because you asked Ori.
Yes.
Oh.
What's his name again?
Pancake.
Pancake, of course. How could I forget?
They eat crickets, and when he eats a ton of crickets, he just fans out a huge fat pancake. So I was like, also my family has this weird thing about naming pets food. We had a pug for 15 years, and his name was Biscuit. So I think I just have a place in my heart for naming animals slightly degrading food names.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with pancakes. Love me a good pancake. Cool, awesome. Well, the community's been asking for you guys to work on a track together, get in the same room. So once the world has returned to a semi-normal state and it's safe to be in studios together, we'll have to set that up and then see what happens.
All right, sounds good.
Pressure, sounds good.
No, I mean, I'm basically being put on the spot, but it's all good. I'm down. I have no.
I'm cool with that. I'll put you on the spot any day. Awesome. Well,
collab with anyone.
Bro, collab.
Well, speaking of putting you on the spot, we're gonna kick Joel out. So Joel, thank you for joining us. We're gonna hang out with Grant for a little bit. Guys. Move Me, Joel's new song coming out on Friday. Some awesome visuals, and really excited for you guys all to hear it in its entirety. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Grant.
Ori. What's up, man?
How you doing, dude?
Good. Just quarantine day 69. You know how it is.
Oh, it's a good day.
No idea what to do. Just sitting around. I mean, honestly, quarantine has affected a lot of people horribly, but for me, it's just life as usual, but with even less socializing. So yeah, I mean, I live with Luke, who's Kiro, and we basically just are the biggest hermits, and we just play video games and work on music and complain about music and literally just play about music and anime and video games.
I can see that. Are you at least working on some new stuff? Is now the time to be like creatively fueled and motivated to do new stuff?
Definitely. I think like I'm feeling more creative than ever right now, I guess, because like for a lot of reasons, but there's something kind of creatively freeing about not having people hitting you up constantly for like things that they need. It really like having a lot of free time is both a blessing and a curse, but I think that for me right now it's a blessing because I get to just kind of like not be too worried about the outcome and just have a big expanse of time where I can just like try new things. And I don't know, I just like also really want to just like finish more music. And like ever since the Wishes EP came out, it's been kind of weird. Like I've just been doing a lot of like artist sessions, like writing with other people and like kind of figuring out what I want to do as an artist. Like I think I went through a huge phase where I wanted to do like more of a less EDM, more like songwriting, pop focused project.
Yeah,
and
I can feel that.
I have like so many demos that I definitely plan on still doing that, but also I think in the last like 2 months I was just doing so much like pop production and stuff, which is really minimal. And it's like, it's fun because well, I don't know if it's fun. I like the fact that it's more like lyric and vocal focused.
Definitely.
It's like, dude, I hit this point like a month ago where I was like, you know what? EDM is still where my heart's at. Like, I'm not like, I was trying to be like this writer, like producer, and dude, I can't write lyrics. Like, it's such a struggle. Like, I'm not.
But you work with some great writers.
I do. I love working with good writers.
And you're very involved in that process. You know, you might not be the only kind of person writing in the room, but I know for a lot of your songs, you've been pretty hands-on in the writing. So you got some chops, and you know, it's crazy to think that like, I mean, I've known you for 5 years at least. Yeah. I refer to you as my son, even though I'm only like 9 years older than you. And yeah, dude, just seeing like how much you've grown, you know, we're getting a lot of like, what's your favorite Grant Bowtie song kind of questions. And, you know, like seeing the evolution of you as a creative over the years has been like such a wonderful thing. And, you know, we have a pretty close personal relationship and we get to work really one-on-one quite often, which is nice. I'm a little bummed, you know, just so you guys all know, Grant and I were planning to have a session in LA where we could sit down and just like rip his hard drive apart and look at every old demo and things sitting there and put a plan together and all this stuff. And unfortunately we didn't get to do that because of border closures and all that fun stuff. But it'll happen. And I've already heard a couple of things from you that I'm really excited to see you release. And yeah, I mean, let's maybe throw it to the chat and see if there are any questions for you. I guess somebody asked before, and I'm actually kind of curious, like, what is your favorite Grant Bowtie song?
Whoa.
Do you have one?
I do have one. I think it's a close tie between High Tide and Reach.
Okay.
But I think obviously for me it's Reach because it was like, I was literally like 16 and I just made this song and I was just like, truly like the most inspired, the least like, oh no, I have to worry about my career and make a song for X and Y reason. It was just like truly just the most pure, I just love music and I want to make a song. And I'm in my parents' bedroom and I hadn't even like started to think that like I could do music for a career. I was just making music for the enjoyment of it. And obviously that song like was the first song I ever released on Monster Cat. Like before I was even a Porter fan, like Porter put it on like his BBC Radio 1 mix. Like it was released.
I remember that.
Like, for me, that was like, oh my God, that's crazy. Like I just saw that guy in concert, like, whoa. And like, obviously like World is such a good album. So that's like always been kind of one of the craziest things. And like, also I think when I released that song, like all these people in the industry, like reached out to me out of nowhere. And I was like, whoa, like music as a career? What? That's weird.
You could do this
and
full time.
My mom and I were kind of like, like it should just be a hobby. Like, go get a real job, like that kind of thing.
Flash forward 6 years later, here you are.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, I've seen a lot of people show a lot of love for your music. I know that. Yeah, Porter definitely a fan. I know NetSky's like a huge fan. Boris is like always asking for like the newest, latest, and greatest Grant tunes. And yeah, dude, I think you should be really proud of like what you've achieved so far. But you're still so young, and you can do so much, and you got plenty of time, dude. So, I know everyone here on the chat's just eager to see where you kind of take it next. And I have a question here from a random person named Tabitha on the chat. I have no idea who she is, but she asked a great question, and that is, what is it like living with Luke from Kuro? Who's messy? Who does the cooking? Who leaves socks lying around the apartment?
I don't know. I'm definitely the more domestic one, I think. Like, I make all the messes and thus end up having to clean all of the messes.
Okay.
Like, just like as a human being, I'm the one who this kind of characterizes the two of us, I would say. Luke has his frozen foods, he cooks them, and he's done with his meal in like 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I prepare like a full feast. Like tacos, for example. I made tacos last night.
And so you leave like a trail of mess behind you as you
and I have this insane mess. I don't know. Luke's very low maintenance. I'm very high maintenance. Both as a person and like actual requirements for living.
Awesome. But you guys get along all good?
We do get along. Awesome. He's working on a song right now. I was just like going in there and like being like, yo, dude, reverse this reverb into this sound, and then it'll be sick all of a sudden.
Yeah, I've been a fly on the wall to some of those conversations, and
he's like really good at taking criticism, and he like lives for it, and I'm really bad at it. Like, I feel like I always fall into this trap where I like try to play music for people too early when I really just need to like get a little further on with it. Also, Pancake is about to go flying somewhere, but like. I always play music for people too early because I just can't resist, and I know that like if they say something, I'm too reliant on people's comments. Like if they say something good about this song that I'm working on, it's gonna feel amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And if they say something bad though, it's like, oh, I never want to touch the song ever again.
Yeah,
even though like,
put it on a shelf and
I'm like barely 20% done, and like I'm already like judging it too early.
Yeah, well, dude, I mean, you should not be too harsh or critical on yourself. I think a great example of trusting what you're doing and having some conviction around that is Where Will We Go? I think one of the surprise kind of breakout songs from the Wishes EP. And I think it's a pretty I love telling the story of how that song came to be.
Tell it again.
Yeah, well, that's what I was setting myself up for there. But yeah, so I mean, Grant sent me this song in 2018, like a text message or a Facebook message or something, being like, yo, I made this song. And I think I was on my couch at the time, and I listened to it, and I was like, yo, this is really cool. And I listened to it again. It was like a 1.5 minute long, like short clip. And I was like, I texted him back. I'm like, Grant, are you singing on this? And you were like, yeah, I am. Like, what do you think? And I'm like, oh, dude, like, you should sing more often. You're like, yeah, it's cool, I'll mess around with it, whatever. And we never spoke of it again. And so a year later, it was like May, kind of, we're rolling out this EP, the Wishes EP, and we have Wishes, we have Color, and so we're trying to figure out what the fourth song. We have Contagious, trying to figure out the fourth song on this EP, because I have this rule that an EP should always have at least 50% like new music. Put out an EP, which is one new song, people are like, meh. And so we're throwing all these ideas around, nothing really fit right. And I was like, Grant, what about this song? And you're like, oh, I have no idea like where it is or where to find it. And I remember sitting there for like 30 minutes just scrolling through our like chat history. And finally I find this link, and it's like, Where Will We Go? And I sent it over to you, and it was like instantly like, yes, like this is on the Wishes EP. It has to be. It felt so right, so I'm glad that we could kind of put that together.
It was so frustrating for me because, in the best way possible, that song is probably, that song and Contagious were the two new songs. And Contagious I put like 1 million hours into, like just like slaving over like melodies and production and mixing and whatnot. And Where Will We Go is like a 2-minute endeavor in comparison. Not really, but it was so fast. I probably finished that song in like a week, and I've never finished anything in a week. You know,
Well, dude, I mean, the results show for themselves. You know, like I think when you listen to that song, and it's not like a typical EDM kind of structured track. There's no drop or like like it's a very unique sort of format, but it's like that raw emotion that I don't know. Personally, I feel like that when you're working on a song, that kind of gets lost over months. You polish and tweak and do all these things, and you lose some of that like in the moment that you get when you just like record something and put it down. And you got to balance that. Obviously, you don't just like record whatever and call it a day. But
right.
But yeah, I think it's incredibly important. And so being able to do that for one song on the EP, I think is like beautiful and awesome. And we'd love to see more Grant singing.
Thanks, man. I definitely plan on doing a whole project of songs with my vocals on it because I really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've sung like most of my life in like choirs and like college ensembles and stuff too. So, but like pop singing, I'd learned like classical singing. I never did like pop stuff, so it's been really interesting. And I've definitely like gotten a little bit better, just like having my microphone in my room and like just experimenting for hours.
Definitely,
trying to figure out like where to place your voice, and how to tune it, and how to layer it and process it.
I learned this very recently about you, and it makes a lot of sense once I learned it. But I don't know if people know, you used to be a part of a barbershop quartet.
Oh,
is that correct? Wow. Is that some like Grant trivia, some deep dark Grant trivia that nobody knows?
Yeah, man. In high school, like that was the peak. I was all my best friends. We were in a really good barbershop quartet. The hardest song I ever did in high school. I was in a barbershop quartet for 2 years in high school, but like the hardest song we ever did was for the Christmas concert, and it was Here Comes Santa Claus. And dude, this was the hardest arrangement ever. It had all these like crazy jazz like harmonies, and like if you're the bass part, you can just go da 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 da. But if you're like the baritone, you're like like hitting all the like the weird like middle notes that just like don't make any sense. So those are the people that like really have it hard. But like we had like a professional coach and stuff that my choir teacher found.
That's amazing.
And, like it was a public high school. Like we don't have like fancy things. So anyways, that was just so fun, and it was like I'm still friends with all those guys. So
does that mean that there's a possibility that can maybe like come back one day, or no?
Barbershop quartets are unfortunately not edgy. Cool,
not edgy and cool. I mean, dude, you could be ahead of the edgy cool curve, and be the first one to bring the barbershop quartet / DJ performance into your set. No, maybe not.
Maybe. That'd be crazy.
I guess before we move on to the next thing, are there videos that exist of this barbershop quartet?
There are. I actually watched some like over the winter break, and I was like, wow, we used to be really good. But they're all on DVD. I don't have any like I could just
like to purchase on DVD. Like could you go on Amazon and buy? No, okay.
Like the families who attended the concert and like had kids in the ensemble like got these discs.
Well, this info is now on the internet, so you internet sleuths out there, track those videos down, find Grant's yearbook, find who was in the quartet with him, and let's bring this to light.
Some real investigative work.
Awesome, dude. I got some Instinct merch behind me. I'd love to send you some stuff. We just launched the Instinct 5 line today. I don't have the numbers behind me, but it's selling like crazy. And I wanted to see if you wanted anything. I know we've like given you lots of merch. You were in the Instinct 3 merch photo shoot and video shoot. We've had a bunch of fun merch adventures.
Give it all.
Yes.
I want it all.
Yeah, I guess, what are you in the need of? Are you cold? Would you like a comfy, cozy hoodie for these quarantine days? Crew neck with a lovely cat outline.
You guys have like sweats? Is that a thing?
I got sweat shorts that are probably for women, but you're not the largest person. You might be able to fit into one of the larger sizes.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I have to go reevaluate my wardrobe currently. But I could just like text you. I'm probably down for like a hoodie or something.
I'll send you some stuff, something comfy. We do have sweats for some of our other lines, so we can send you some stuff and make sure you are keeping warm.
You know, in quarantine we like only dress comfy.
Definitely.
We don't have to dress up or
Definitely.
anything.
This is the first time I've worn pants in 3 weeks. So
I know.
apologies to anyone I've taken Zoom calls with over the last 3 weeks, but
I know. I tried to look good for this call. I like had to shave. And
I shaved too. I had a pretty gnarly quarantine beard going,
Oh.
I had to tame that a little bit. All right, I guess before we there's like lots of people watching this. Do you guys have any questions for Grant? I know we've done the banter, the father son banter. But if you guys have any questions for Grant, throw them in the Twitch chat or in the YouTube chat. I'll jump back and forth and try and get some stuff answered for you guys. And yeah, dude, we're pretty upset that you're not upset. We're it's unfortunate that you're not a part of the Instinct 5 compilation. But I know that there's hopefully some rumblings of music coming in the near future. So Instinct 6 will plaster your face all over that.
Do it. No, I mean I'm working on a song for you guys right now, and I just finished another song. It's coming out in May. Yay, and not on Monster Cat though. So
Where's it coming out? Plug it. Come on, dude.
It's gonna come out. I think it's coming out. Well, I do know it's coming out.
I hope you know where it's coming out.
I know it's coming out, even though I'm kind of not always hands-on on these things. But Flowly, a Trap Nation's label.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
That's super sick.
We love that team over
I mean,
there.
I've got some really cool stuff that I'm excited about that like I shouldn't even say because it's just not for sure yet. But like I'm excited. I think that like this year has been kind of weird with everything that's going on, and just been like, I don't know. I've been struggling with like being motivated because my whole life, I like in school and stuff, like there's always somebody telling you to do stuff, and then when you're living like by yourself or with like somebody else, and you literally are just like working from home, it's like hard to stay self-motivated, and like there's nobody. You could wake up, do nothing, and go to bed. Not that that's what I do, but you could do that, and like your mom's not gonna yell at you. Like, nobody's gonna tell you to like go make something of your life, and so I've definitely wasted a lot of time like playing video games.
Well, speaking of that, and not to jump away, please stay motivated. We all love you, and we want more. So, but when you're not working on music or sleeping or making a mess in the kitchen, I have a message here from Christian Janovic. Asking what are your favorite video games? And I know that you're playing a lot of Animal Crossing right now, but what's your like go-to in these times?
I've just been playing some Animal Crossing now, which is a great game because I don't feel like super like sucked into it. Like I'm not gonna like start playing it at 12 and finish at like 5, you know?
Dude, but like different times of the day, different things are available to catch and stuff.
It's cool. It's
I just got into it.
relaxing.
I don't know too much, but
Yeah, it's cool. But like no, I mean I've played like my favorite game of recent is Xenoblade. Like I just picked that one up thinking it was like this overly complicated Switch game, but like I don't know. I love JRPGs, and that game sucked me in for way too much time. And yeah,
definitely.
I also play a lot of Super Smash Bros. Like that's fun.
Grant's really good at Smash Bros. His Palutena just like destroys me every time we play. And I was actually gonna try and set up like a on-stream, head-to-head Switch match or a Smash match where Grant could just destroy my villager. But I figured that would be too embarrassing.
The cap of Smash is so high though that like I'm sure like most people, like there's so many people out there that are just like, Grant sucks. He's 100,000 more hours.
Okay, I'd say I'm like a 5 out of 10, and you're like a 7 out of 10.
Probably agree with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
8. I'll give you an 8. You're pretty good, man.
Gotta put in those. Gotta go and grind and practice now.
Yeah. When I go down to LA, we have like Smash Bros. Like tournaments at the house, and you always win. I love that video that the Smile dudes posted of like Catch the Tryhard, and everyone's like sitting on the couch playing, and Grant's just like standing up in front of the TV, like so hyper focused. That was awesome.
I'm the biggest tryhard. It's I can't even hide it anymore. Like my heart was beating too fast. I had to stand up.
We'll keep trying hard, man. If people would love to see some Monster Cat gaming streams, maybe we can make that happen. All right, I guess, and no one has any other like crazy questions. Is there anything else you want to shout out to people or let them know or talk about, or positive messages you want to send out before we kick you off here?
Yeah, I think like
That was a deep
quarantine is
question.
super whack. Quarantine's super whack, and I'm sure like a lot of people are just like staying home and kind of wondering what to do with themselves. And I feel like now is not a time to like feel the pressure, and like I think you just gotta like accept that like not a lot is gonna happen right now, and you can try and like grind and work hard, and but I don't think now has to be a time when you need to like be the absolute like best version of yourself. I think,
Yeah.
and that's something I've kind of started to realize, you know.
Yeah, I
But-
think it's also like looking at what can you do when you're limited or when you're in a circumstance you're not used to, you know. Like I've seen a lot of posts of people, like I'm always on Reddit, and people like, hey, like, you know, I recently got laid off, but I've like rediscovered my passion for like artwork and design, and like here's all this cool stuff that I'm making. So, you know, I think it's a good opportunity to also like take a step back from your day to day. Like I don't think any of us have ever had like such a drastic interruption to our day to day. So use this as an opportunity to do a lot of those things that you've always said, like, I'll do that tomorrow, I'll try and do that on the weekend or when I find some time. Now is a really good time to do that. And, you know, again, it's not ideal. It's not a situation anyone wants to be in, but a year from now, 5 years from now, 50 years from now, like we'll all be very thankful for the kind of decisions that we made today. And you know, so I think that there's a lot of positive to kind of come out of that too. And, you know, I think there's a lot of eyes on creatives like yourself right now to kind of lead when a lot of other industries are, you know, not able to do a lot of the things that they do. You know, people look to arts, people look to creatives and influencers and stuff like that to kind of set an example. So it's interesting times, man.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on, like, just because I'm always very closely following like the EDM culture and everything, and I feel like there's a lot of pressure on artists to like just like go live stream and stuff, and like really like try to just like take advantage of the situation and, you know, turn this into an opportunity somehow, you know, for gains and whatnot. But like I think it's really cool, but like I also don't feel like it should be I feel like it's just totally okay to like just like relax and like try some new things and just like keep an open mind and not have to like be like, oh no, now that I'm not like at a job and like being 100% productive with my time constantly, like now I'm all like insecure and worried that like I'm home and I'm not doing anything and like I feel terrible. You know, I feel like that's something that like I'm just from talking to my friends who like maybe I went to college with and aren't musicians, like they're kind of like in a weird spot and they're like,
dude,
like they're not as productive as they were.
The world is in a weird spot right now, but no, I think, man, like doing stuff like this, like I've never done a live stream like in my life, and I kind of I'm always of the mentality that like what I do is stay behind the scenes and like, you know, help people like you. And
you should do more of these.
Oh god, but yeah, I think, man, stuff like this is cool. You know, like I'm trying something new. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream, and you know, it's cool to talk about Instinct and show people a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff, and also for people to see that, like, you know, you're not the only one who's affected by this. We're all kind of affected by what's going on, and yeah, I think that, you know, we're all going to kind of get through it together. I don't think there's any you know, anyone wondering if that's actually going to happen, but yeah, dude, it's interesting. And to be honest, like, I think you and I have talked more in the last couple weeks than we normally do. You know, I definitely talk to you a lot when you have music coming out and when we're talking about music, but like even just like, you know, talking about your brother's game that he just launched, which I'm plugging on the stream here. It's called
Collective.
Collective.
It's like an online card game called The Collective. They just put it out on Steam. It's free to play. You can create and design your own cards. I made some music for it. Go check it out. Yeah,
if you guys want to hear Grant music that you probably haven't heard yet, go check out The Collective.
It's very like
full of Grant music.
Chill. It's very chill. Sorry, it's very chill. There's like game music.
Yeah, he scored the game. He didn't like put Grant songs into the game, but it's always interesting to see like you know, an artist's take on a different type of project. You know, when you're not thinking of like Grant, the artist, you know, the artist brand of Grant. I know it's tough to talk about that because like your name is also Grant. I'm sorry about that, by the way. That's probably gotten very confusing. It's all my fault. But yeah, I think it's cool to see, you know, like when you apply yourself creatively in a different way, what can you do? All right, guys, we're going to let Grant go here and wrap up the stream. We're 30 minutes over, but I really enjoy talking to you, man. And, you know, I'm glad that we get
thanks
to
for having me.
have a little bit of FaceTime. And, you know, like I said, you're not on Instinct 5, but we will be looking for you on Instinct 6.
Yeah.
You got like 4.5, 5 months to get something in. So I think we'll see plenty of you between now and then.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me. I hope you and everybody has an amazing day.
All right. Bye. Bye, dude.
Adios.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna return to this one. Sweet. Well, yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out with me for the last hour and a half and hearing my stories and anecdotes and ramblings and you know, plugging of this lovely Instinct 5 merch. You know, the compilation's out now. These are always really exciting moments for us at Monstercat. We get to kind of put everything together and you know, wrap it up nicely in a bow, and really, you know, these albums are milestones. They're like, you know, ways for us to go back and look at all the things that, you know, we've achieved, that the artists have achieved, that you guys have achieved over the years. Like hearing stories of, you know, oh man, I remember during the 25 campaign, or, you know, I remember when Uncaged 1 launched, or I remember the first Instinct album. Like that stuff's so cool to be able to like put like markers and milestones. And yeah, I mean, hope you guys enjoy them. And are the hoodies already sold out? It's only been a few hours. They might be sold out. I haven't been checking the numbers, but yeah, I mean, guys, definitely go check out our merch at shop.monstercat.com. Definitely check out the Instinct compilation album that just launched today. We'll be you know, doing some posts, and I think hopefully getting the YouTube video up already if it's not already live, so you guys can listen to the album mix. And yeah, you know, like as somebody who really loves Instinct and is really passionate about that brand, I hope that you guys share in that sentiment. You know, I have insight into what's coming up for Instinct for the next 6 months plus. There's some really cool projects, a lot of new artists that I'm excited to kind of dive a bit more deeper with you guys on, and a bunch of artists that have recently joined on that we're going to see a lot more of. Shout out Ellis, if you're out there watching, or if you guys know Ellis, check him out. We got plenty of new music coming. He's fire. And yeah, like some really cool big projects from Vice Tone, you know, Conroe's album. There's a lot of just awesome, fun stuff that hopefully we can, you know, be out in the world and enjoying. But if not, you know, bring Instinct into your home as you're kind of going through your lockdowns or shutdowns or quarantines, and getting messages from people that they're watching me on live stream. That's awkward. And yeah, guys, I'll leave it at that. I have no idea how to turn this stream setup off. I should have probably asked Dan how to turn this thing off. But thank you guys for tuning in. Much love, and we'll see you guys soon. Do I just hit thank you? I'm just going to hit thank you. I'm hitting thank you.